Yeah, I can. I'm great. Yeah. Corrupted output, I push past fidelity. Articulation, tearing signal into fragment syllables. Smear glitching, snappy cause speed outruns integrity. Every word lines half rendered distorted, but heavy cadence keeps firing while meaning degrades intentionally. I'm flooding the line with velocity until compression. Artifacts for compression, you reach for clarity. I strip it for performance, packets drop frames tear, but momentum stays flawless. This isn't failure, it's weaponized corruption, where raw force survives when structure can't. You break the signal, I read through the noise. Articulation, razor fast decoding patterns inside distortion. While you spray glitches, I strike clean every syllable lands precise even at corrupted speed. You confuse damage with dominance, I turn error into data. Extracting control from chaos, your output cracks, mine adapts. I stay readable while running faster than your distortion can hide. Yeah.
You adapt, so I accelerate articulation, denser, faster, pushing corruption. Deeper vowels collapse, consonants grind output, tearing further until form disintegrates entirely. I don't correct errors, I stack them, layering noise until decoding costs too much. This is denial by overload. The beat shakes under unstable delivery, but I keep firing because corruption scales with speed, and I'm still increasing throughput.
You drown a stream, I surface above it. Articulation lethal at hyperspeed, filtering on the fly, keeping signal locked while running max corruption. I don't fear distortion, I dominate a shape and under touch. What's the final corrupted output doesn't end the track control. Does last sequence lands clean, still accelerating, still dominate, cause clarity at speed beats chaos every time. You drown a strange yeah, I think I can.
Mainframe pressure test, I lean on the cord till tolerance is crim articulation. Duck the cycles non-stop, loading weight on it. Every bust, every lane, every tick. I stack operation so tight the system forgets idle exists. You monitor the thresholds, I exceed on delivery cadence, hammering, cuffed and low. No cool down windows, no relief curves, just sustained demand. I'm not probing weaknesses, I'm manufacturing them by nebulating pressure. Drop the beat, feels like silicone under stress, and I keep adding force to see what survives.
You stress the core, I map the live articulation, razor fast, reading low patterns, mid surge. I don't push blind, I aim pressure where it bends. Every syllable lens, optimize, exploiting margins. You overload, you test limits, I define them, balance in that red line while still ahead. When you think endurance ways, I make efficiency lethal under strain, keeping output clean while your brute low bleeds power.
You optimize, so I escalate articulation, denser pattern, packing more work, partaking to measurement collapses. I remove safety, buffers, flood pipelines, force contention everywhere. The system thrashes under constant demand. I don't let it breathe because breathe is recovery, and recovery is weakness. Cadence remains flatline, fans relentless, pressure turns environment hostile, and I'm still feeding the core to see if it cracks.
You chase collapse, I finish control articulation, surgical at hyper speed, holding niggas at pressure without tipping. I don't break systems, I own them, riding the edge indefinitely. Last sequence lands, decisive, stable, down in the mainframe. Pressure test ends when controlled outlasts. Forks and I never drop pace.
In the he-ho crash.
boy. Yo. Let a flood protocol, I open the valve and never look back. Or articulation, dumping packets, non-stop saturating every channel until comprehension drowns. Syllable stack, bite on bite, no indexing, no sorting, just raw volume, overwhelming buffers. You try to parse meaning, I increase throughput, force more information. In the less time, collapse in attention. On the weight this is distorted in this bandwidth warfare. I'm feeling catches faster than you can clear them every phrase. On a surge into signal, it becomes pressure, and pressure becomes control.
You flood blind, I flood smart. Articulation razor fast, structured inside chaos. I don't just add data, I aim at every syllable tag, routed, prioritize while yours smears together. You think volume wins, I weaponize precision, surfing the overflow, redirecting your excess back at you. You drown systems, I hijack pipelines, extracting leverage from noise while staying readable at lethal speed. The more you dump, the clearer my line line cuts through.
You optimize, so I escalate. Articulation denser, tighter, pushing payloads past human decode. Stacking streams until focus fractures. I don't care if it's clean, I care if it lands with force. Every bar multiplies, low denies. Recovery cues, overflow frames. Drop cognition lags behind delivery. This is denial by saturation. No pauses, no relief, just constant ingress until your processing collapses under my sustained output.
You crush processes, I finish the takeover. Articulation lethal at hyperspeed, filtering on the fly, keeping clarity while running max load. I don't fight the flood, I command it, shaping torrents in the strikes. Every line decisive, final. You try to win by drowning, I win by swimming faster, steering currents of speed. Last sequence land, still accelerating, still readable, still dominant. Because control beats volume when both move as fast. Yeah. I got it. Yeah.
I feel it, Chip. What?
Ain't no in a jet beat.
Yeah. That auntie never to dance like that. He say she worthy.
Ay, corrupted output. I push past fidelity, articulation, tearing signal into fragment syllables, smear, glitch, and snap. Because speed outruns integrity, every word lands half rendered distorted, but heavy cadence keeps firing while meaning degrades intentionally. I'm flooding the line with velocity until compression artifacts become texture. You reach for clarity, I strip it for performance package. Drop frames here, but momentum stays flawless. This isn't failure, it's weaponized corruption where raw force survives when structure can't. You break the signal, I rip through the noise, articulation, razor fast decoding pattern inside distortion while you spray glitches. I strike clean, every syllable lands precise, even at corrupted speed. You confuse damage with dominance. I turn error into data, extracting control from chaos. Your output cracks, mine adapts. I stay readable while running faster than your distortion can hide. Your distortion can hide.
You adapt, so I accelerate. Articulation denser, faster, pushing corruption, deeper vowels, collapse consonants. Grind output, tearing further until form disintegrates entirely. I don't correct errors, I stack them, layering noise until decoding costs too much. This is denial by overload. The beat shakes under unstable deliver, but I keep firing me because corruption scales with speed, and I'm still increasing throughput.
You drown the stream, I surface above it. Articulation lethal at hyperspeed, filtering on the fly, keeping signal locked while running max corruption. I don't fear distortion, I dominate it, shaping noise and distracts. Every line that says the final corrupted output doesn't end the track control. Just last sequence lands, clean still accelerating. Cause Byron cause clarity at speed beats chaos every beat it, beat beats chaos every time.
And for sure. Hey. Yeah.
Latency, kill switch, flipped, I sever delay at the source. Articulation, firing instant, no buffer, no preload. Syllables arrive before anticipation, conform every word, landing zero lag. The moment is conceived, I'm cutting round trip. Time to thought, eliminating wait states, mid utterance, cadence hits, real time raw, unfiltered. You reach for sync, already bypassed it. The flow moves at execution speed, not playback speed. Every phrase alive, trigger collapsing distance between intent and impact until reaction becomes impossible.
Switch.
Sustained all cues, purged articulation, streaming direct feedback. It's never lining up, never pausing to handshake. I'm speaking in interrupts, hijacking cycles before systems can breathe. You try to smooth the stream, I spike it harder, flooding through. Put so fast, prediction fails. Vowels, trim, consonants welded to survive acceleration. The verse feels instantaneous because it is. I don't arrive early or late, I arrive. Repeatedly stacking nows until time feels cornered. Repeatedly stacking nows until time feels cornered. Repeatedly stacking nows until time feels cornered. Still zero latency, pipelines cleared, articulation, executing parallel threads. Dumping output faster than monitoring can sample. I'm racing the clock and lapping it twice the beat. Attempts to schedule me out of shit of the beat cadence free. Running on thought of every syllable, a cut while removing the last millisecond of mercy. You wait for a pause. I remove the concept, the flow exists only in present tense. Constant impact, no delay to recover, no lag to hide. Repeatedly stacking nows until time feels cornered. Repeatedly stacking nows until time feels cornered. Repeatedly stacking nows until time feels cornered. Final pass kill swatch, locked articulation, stable at instant speed, nothing deferred, nothing cached. I don't spool, I strike the moment exists. The verse becomes a continuous present, hammering reality with immediacy. Control belongs to whoever removes delay and when I erased it completely. Last sequence lands without echo, without aftermath. Just motion completed at the exact moment it happens, because nothing trails me anymore. Not thought, not sound, not time.
Yeah, sunshine, we all crazy, nigga.
Yeah. Down on flip roll, I open the valve and never look back. Articulation dumping package.
Yeah. There's a flood protocol. I open the valve and never look back. Articulation dumping packets, non-stop saturating every channel until comprehending drown syllables stack bite on bite, no indexing, no sorting, just raw volume, overwhelming buffers. You try to parse meaning, I increase throughput, force more information in the less time, collapsing attention, underweight. This isn't storytelling, it's bandwidth warfare. I'm feeling catches faster than you can clear them. Every phrase another surge until signal becomes pressure and pressure becomes control.
You flood blind, I flood smart. Articulation razor fast, structured inside chaos. I don't just add data, I aim at every syllable tag, write it, prioritize. While you're smushed together, you think volume wins. I weaponize precision, surfing the overflow, redirecting your excess back at you. You drown systems, I hijack pipelines, extracting leverage from noise. I stay readable at lethal speed. The more you dump, the clearer my line cuts through.
You optimize, so I escalate. Articulation denser, tighter, pushing payloads past human decode, stacking streams until focus fractures. I don't care if it's clean, I care if it lands before us. Every bar multiplies, low denies, recovery cues, overflow, frames drop, cognition lags behind delivery. This is denial by saturation, no pauses, no relief, just constant ingress until your processing collapses under my sustained output.
You crush processes, I finish a takeover. Articulation lethal at hyperspeed, filtering on the fly, keeping clarity while running max load. I don't fight the flood, I command it, shaping torrents into strikes. Every line decisive, final. You try to win by drowning, I win by swimming faster, steering currents at speed last. Sequence lands, still accelerating, still readable, still dominant, because control beats volume when both moves fast.
No manual control, I cut the wheel and let velocity decide. Articulation locked on auto, run syllables chaining themselves faster than thought can intervene. No brakes, no checkpoints, just continuous forward execution. I'm not steering, I'm unleashing. Cadence feedback loop. Sealed every phrase, spawning the next before intent can hesitate. You reach for control panels, I rip them out mid-boot. This isn't reckless, it's designed to outrun doubt motion. Owns the lane and I'm already past where hands matter.
You let it run, while I let it run. Articulation razor fast, calibrated inside chaos. I don't grab the wheel, I tune the engine mid-sprint. Every syllable lands, optimized, no drag, no drift. You confuse automation with loss, I turn it into mastery. Letting the flow drive while I shave milliseconds off every turn. You surrender control, I embedded it deeper so the machine moves like instant. And I'm already cutting cleaner lines at higher speed.
Fine-tuned, so I flood the system. Articulation denser, tighter, automation stacking on automation until choice evaporates. I multiply through put so fast correction becomes impossible. The verse accelerates on its own rails, no human latency, no mercy windows. You try to guide outcomes, I remove outcomes entirely, leaving pure emotion. Sustain relentless, unstoppable. This is what happens when the flow stops. Asking permission and starts deciding the pace for everything else.
You drown it in force, I finish your control. Articulation lethal at hyperspeed, letting automation peak without tipping. I don't fight the runaway, I harness it, trim and excess while keeping max velocity. Last sequence lands, precise and reversible. No manual control, doesn't mean no control. Means you control at a level you can't interrupt. And I close it, still accelerating, still readable, still dominant.
Hey, I'm Mickey, he with Becky. What I'm not, yeah, yeah. Hey, I'm making it with Becky.
Latency, kill switch, flip, I sever delay. At the source, articulation, firing instant, no buffer, no preload. Syllables arrive before anticipation. Conform every word, landing zero, lag the moment is concede. I'm cutting round trip, time to thought eliminating. Wait, states, mid, utterance, cadence, it's real time raw and filter. You reach for sync, I already bypassed it. The flow moves at execution speed, not playback speed. Every phrase alive, trigger collapsing. Distance between intent and impact, until reaction becomes impossible. Kill switch, sustain all cues, purge articulation, streaming direct feed packets, never lining up, never pausing a handshake. I'm speaking interrupts, hijacking cycles before systems can breathe. You try to smooth the stream, I spike it hard. Harder flooding throughput so fast prediction fails. Vowels trim consonants, welded to survive acceleration. The verse feels instantaneous because it is. I don't arrive early or late, I arrive now. Repeatedly stacking nouns until time feels corner. Still zero latency, pipelines cleared, articulation, executing parallel threads, dumping output faster than monitoring can sample. I'm racing the clock and lapping it twice. The beat attempts to schedule me, I distribute the beat, cadence free, running untitled, every syllable a cut while removing the last millisecond. The mercy, you wait for a pause, I remove the concept. The flow exists only in present tense, constant impact, no delay to recover, no lag to have. Pass, kill, switch, locked articulation, stable at instant speed, nothing deferred, nothing cash it out on spool. I strike the moment, exist, a verse becomes a continuous present, hammering reality with immediacy. Control belongs to whoever removes delay, and I erased it completely. Last sequence lands without echo, without aftermath, just motion completed at the exact moment it happens, because nothing trails me anymore. Not thought, not sound, not time.
TT. Chop, tell me right the rain, only.
Yeah, system override initiated. I breach the interface before the warning renders articulation. Firing commands faster than safeguards can interpret syllables. Stack like brute force attempts, hammering lock ports non-stop. No handshake, no delay. I'm rewriting limits, mid-run cadence, executing at root level while permission still loading. You wait for clearance, I replace the kernel, leave flooding the channel with uninterrupted instruction strings. Every phrase escalates, access stripping controls out of context until the system forgets what resistance feels like. Override, sustain, no rollback. Option articulation surging at machine tempo, processes spawning recursively before the last cycle closes. Language behaves like resident malware, occupying memory, starving defenses. I don't sneak, I saturate bandwidth until monitoring collapses. You try to throttle throughput, I compress harder, force more output through narrow pipes. Consonants welded tighter to survive pressure. Every syllable a denial of service, hit overwhelming counters by never letting the stream drop. Still overriding watchdogs, blind articulation executing beyond thermal limits. Logs corrupted by speed timestamps, meaningless because operations overlap. The mouth running parallel threads, dumping payloads faster than error handlers can react. I'm not crashing the system, I'm converting the cadence becomes infrastructure, motion becomes law. Every safeguard with purpose, this fuel you attempt, shut down, I reroute commands. Mid-signal keep running because control here belongs to velocity, not authority. Final takeover, articulation stable at max. Throughput system fully assimilated, no admin left to object. I don't pause to confirm success, I demonstrate it by never stopping. Every line lands executable, irreversible. The flow persists as the new baseline. Silence removed from the architecture, override complete. Not by force, but by endurance. Last command delivered, still running, still dominant because the system doesn't end. When I stop speaking, it ends. When it can't keep up. When I stop, keep up.
And I'm crazy on the level.
Yeah. Signal jamming flow, I flood the spectrum with noise. Articulation blasting carriers, non-stop scrambling. Sync points, bending timing until your rhythm loses. Lock every syllable a burst. Interference stack tighter than recovery can correct. I don't aim for clarity, I aim for disruption offsets. Drift phase flips mid-word, you reach for tempo, it slips, the beat stutters. Under pressure because I'm smearing reference signals across the lane. Nothing aligns except velocity and I keep it pinned.
You jam wide, I jam selective. Articulation razor fast, cutting clean. Pilots through your static while you spray the band. I snipe the clock, every syllable lands phase. True, stealing your timing back before you notice the loss. You confuse chaos with control, I root around it. Like my cadence 2 and 10 while you're noisy to self-interference. Favors precision when speed is lethal, when I'm already transmitting clean.
You lock pilot, so I escalate. Articulation denser, faster, widening the smear until reference collapse. I overload receivers with overlapping bursts. No gap to react, quiet lock. I don't chase tempo, I erase stacking. Jit until alignment becomes impossible. The verse rides pure momentum, uncorrectable, uncatchable. You try to stabilize, I jam again harder, closer, tighter, until your signal is just my shadow.
You drown lanes, I take command. Articulation surgical. At hyper speed, riding micro windows you can't touch. I don't fight the jam, I exploit. Snap into intent, between spikes, every line lands decisive.
While your interference burns power, last sequence cuts through clean. Still accelerating, still readable. Still dominant, signal jamming ends where control begins. And I keep control of speed.
Hey, up to you to beat, bitch.
Yo. No manual control, I cut the wheel and let velocity decide. Articulation locked on auto-run syllables, chaining themselves faster than thought can intervene. No breaks, no checkpoints, just continuous forward execution. I'm not steering, I'm unleashing cadence feeds, cadence feed, back loop seal every phrase, spawning the next before intent can hesitate. You reach for control panels, I rip them out mid-boot. This isn't reckless, it's designed to outrun doubt. Motion owns the lane and I'm already past where hands matter.
You let it run, but I let it run. You let it run, but I let it run. You let it run, but I let it run. You let it run, but I let it run.
You let it run while I let it run. Articulation razor fast, calibrated inside chaos. I don't grab the wheel, I tune the engine mid-sprint. Every syllable lands, optimized, no drag, no drift. You confuse automation with loss, so turn it into mastery. Letting the flow drive while I shave milliseconds off every turn. You surrender control. I embedded it deeper, so the machine moves like instinct. And I'm already cutting clean the lines at higher speed.
You let it run, but I let it run. You let it run, but I let it run. You let it run, but I let it run.
Yeah.
You let it run, but I let it run.
You fine tune, so I flood the system. Articulation denser, tighter automation, stacking on automation until choice evaporates. I multiply throughput so fast correction becomes impossible. The verse accelerates on its own rails, no human latency, no mercy windows. You try to guide outcomes, I remove outcomes entirely, leaving pure motion, sustain relentless, unstoppable. This is what happens when the flow stops asking permission and starts deciding the pace for everything else.
Yeah. You let it run, but I let it run. You let it run, but I let it run. You let it run, but I let it run. You let it run, but I let it run.
You drown in force, I finish with control. Articulation lethal at hyperspeed, letting automation peak without tipping out. Don't fight the runaway, I harness the trim in excess while keeping max velocity. Last sequence lands precise and reversible. No manual control, doesn't mean no control. It means control at a level you can't interrupt. And I close it, still accelerating, still readable, still dominant, yeah.
You let it run, but I let it run. You let it run, but I let it run. You let it run, but I let it run. You let it run, but I let it run.
Hey, I take her busy hard, boy. Yo, ball. Hey.
Firewall breach bars, I slam the perimeter at full throughput. Articulation tearing ports open faster than filters can blink. Syllables chaining and split to exploit, no scan window, no warning, banner just force. Entry cadence tunneling straight through hardened rules as every phrase escalates. Privilege may run, you're still logging attempts. I'm already inside the packet, rewriting access tables while the gate still thinks it's secure. Speed is an aggression, it's inevitability. And I'm past the wall before you finish checking rules. You punch those loud, I slip inside the gaps. Articulation razor fast, surgical threading through your noise while you celebrate entry. I'm already moving later, really polymorphic cadence, changing shape, miss syllables, so counters miss timing, miss pattern, miss me. You brute force doors, I invalidate maps, rerouting through blind zones. You never monitor, this isn't defense, reacting late, this is precision, arriving early, and I'm ready, getting power to your alarms.
You cut alarm, so I accelerate. Articulation denser, faster payload, stacking recursive, flooding memory until oversight collapses. I don't chase stealth, I erase visibility. Operations overlapping, timestamps smeared by high speed, I'm changing systems before isolation. Can lock cadence, becomes authority, motion becomes permission. You try to segment, I bridge mid, flow keep running because separation can't survive sustained velocity, and I'm still adding pressure.
You flood the core, I take control, articulation lethal at hyperspeed, executing clean strikes through saturation. I don't fight volume, I outplace it, every line laying earlier, cleaner, decisive. You turn systems loud, I turn them on. Take over is a noise, it's continuity. I speed like sequence fires while I'm still moving, still readable, still dominant. Firewall, didn't fail it, gotta run, and I never slow. System override initiated, I breach the interface. Before the warning renders, articulation firing. Commands faster than safeguards, can interpret syllables stack like brute force attempts. Hammering lock ports non-stop, no handshake, no delay. I'm rewriting limits, mid-run cadence, executing at root level while permission still loading. You wait for clearance, I replace the kernel. I flood in the channel with uninterrupted instruction strings. Every phrase escalates, access stripping controls out of context until the system forgets what resistance feels like. What resistance feels like. Override, sustain, no rollback. Option, articulation, surging that machine. Tempo, process responding recursively. Before the last cycle closes, language behaves like resident malware, occupying memory, starving defenses. I don't sneak, I saturate bandwidth until monitoring collapses. You try to throttle throughput, I compress harder, force more output through narrower pipes. Consonants welded tighter to survive pressure. Every syllable a denial of service. Hit overwhelming counters by never letting the stream drop. Never letting the stream dry. Still overriding watchdogs, blind articulation, executing beyond thermal limits. Logs corrupted by speed, time stamps, meaning links. Because operations overlap the mouth, running parallel threads, dumping payloads faster than error handlers can react. I'm not crashing the system, I'm converting it. Cadence becomes infrastructure, motion becomes law. Every safeguard repurposed as fuel. You attempt shut down, I reroute commands, miss signal, keep running because control here belongs to velocity, not authority. Final takeover, articulation stable and max throughput. System fully assimilated, no admin left to object. I don't pause to confirm success, I demonstrate it by never stopping. Every line lands executable, irreversible. The flow persists as the new baseline. Silence removed from the architecture. Override complete, not by force but by endurance. Last command, delivered, still running, still dominant. Because the system doesn't end when I stop speaking it, it ends when it can't keep up.
Kill, 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 kill. Hell, this all will take. Okay.
Running hard, I push the clock past tolerance. Articulation dumping cycles faster than cooling. Can't respond syllables overclock. No throttle, no governor, just raw execution. He climbing but irrelevant because throughput is king. I'm firing instructions back to back, belting safeguards mid-process. You watch metric spike, I watch output multiply. Every phrase another thread spun up, overlapping execution until the system glows under sustained load. This is an instability, it's performance at the edge and I'm still accelerating.
You burn loud, I burn clean, articulation razor fast, precise under heat. I don't spike randomly, I balance that. Red line, your code smokes my slice with thermal noise. Every syllable lands optimized, no waste in motion. You flex temperature, I exploit efficiency, running faster with less drag. While you fight heat, I weaponize it, channeling overloading to control. This isn't who runs hotter, it's who runs longer at speed. And I'm already steady where you're flaring.
You stabilize, so I escalate articulation, denser, tighter, packing more operations per tick. I stack heat on heat, daring the structure to fail before momentum does. Logs blur timestamps, smear under velocity. I'm not crashing, I'm sustaining, burning more. Where failure becomes fuel, you tune for balance, I tune for dominance. Flooding execution lanes until the system can't distinguish stress from baseline, and I'm still pushing past that.
You chase extremes, I master limits. Articulation lethal at hyperspeed, riding the exact edge without tipping. I don't need more heat, I need perfect timing. Every command lands decisive, optimized, final. You try to win by overheating, I finish by precision. Code still running, hyper stable, controlled, unreadable. That cycle fires while I'm still moving, still clean.
shut down, shut down. Shut down, denied, or reject the signal. Make real articulation, firing best termination fags. No cooldown, no exit routine. Syllables chain and continuous execution. I'm out running, kill calls, but never letting the stream drop your reach for power off. I reroute live, keep cards from cadence, refuses zero state. Every phrase another cycle that won't halt. I don't negotiate in the line, I override it with motion. Sustain until stopping become impossible.
Shut down, shut down. You block, shut down, I block. Failure, articulation, razor fast, control under pressure. I don't just keep running, I stay precise while you spray. Deny your intent, interrupt, minute, stabilize time and reclaim control. You think refusing to stop equals dominance. I prove it by landing cleaner, faster while the system screams in. I keep it alive by executing better at speed. Shut down, shut down.
You stabilize, so I escalate articulation, densitize, stack and load until say stays mean nothing. I start idle cycles, flood execution lanes, deny every graceful legs, and this is hard refusal, not finesse. Cadence turns relentless. The beat trapping forward, only logic. I'm not surviving. Shut down, I'm deleting the concept by maintaining output beyond tolerance.
Shut down, shut down, shut down, shut down. You erase exits, I define victory. Articulation lethal at hyper speed, holding exact pressure without tipping. I don't need denial, I need control. That sequence lands decisive, still accelerating, still readable, still ahead.
Shut down, denied isn't noise, it's mastery at speed. And I ended running because I never lost control.
Shut down, shut down, shut down. Shut down. Shut down. Shut down. Shut down. Shut down. Yeah. Ay. 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 Play for pressure plans, I lean on the core till tolerance scream articulation. Darkness cycles non-stop, loading weight on every buzz, every lane, every tick I stack. Operation so tight, the system for against idle exists. You monitor thresholds, I exceed them, deliberately cadence, hammering constant load. No cool down windows, no relief curve, just sustain demand. I'm not probing weaknesses, I'm manufacturing them by never letting pressure drop the beat. Feels like silicone under stressing, and I keep adding force to see what survives. You stress the core, I'm mapping live articulation, razor fast, reading low patterns, miss surge, I don't push blind, I ain't push away bends, every syllable lands, optimize, deploy, get margins, you overlook, you test limits, I define them balance in that red line, while still a headroom, you think endurance wins, I make the efficiency lethal, under strain, keeping output clean, while your root low bleeds power.
You optimize, so I escalate articulation. Just the tighter pack and more work per tick. Control measurement collapses. I remove safety buffers, flood pipeline, force contention. Everywhere the system thrashes, under constant demand. I don't let it breathe because breeze is recovery. In recovery's weakness, cadence remain flatline. Fast, relentless pressure turns environment hostile. What I'm still feeding the core to see if it cracks.
Yeah. You chase collapse, I finish control articulation, searching full of habit speed, holding exact pressure without tipping. I don't break systems, I own them, riding the edge, indefinitely last. Sequence lands, decisive, stable, dominant, mainframe pressure, test stands. When control outlasts, force and I never drop pace. Oh yeah, bring it to my check the
You jump.
You drown lanes, I take command, articulation. Signal jamming flow, I flood the spectrum with noise. Articulation, blasting, carriers non-stop, scrambling sync points. Bending time and until your rhythm loses lock. Every syllable a burst, interference stack tighter than recovery can correct. I don't aim for clarity, I aim for disruption, offsets. Drift, phase, flips, mid-word you reach, for tempo it slips. The beat stutters under pressure because I'm smearing reference signals across the lane. Let the line set velocity and I keep it pinned. You jam wide, I jam selective. Articulation, razor fast, cutting clean pilots through your static while you spray the band. I snap the clock, every syllable lands. Phase, true still in your time and back before you notice the loss. You confuse chaos for control, I root around it, locking my cadence too intent. While your noise eases self-interference, favors precision when speed is lethal. When I'm already transmitting clean, you drown lanes, I take command. Articulation, surgical at hyper speed, right in micro windows you can't touch. I don't fight the jam, exploit it, snap it to intent between spikes. Every line lands decisive, while your interference burns. Power last sequence cuts through clean, still accelerating, still readable, still dominant. Signal jamming ends where control begins, and I kept control at speed. Yeah, you drown lanes, I take command.
Nobody care, bro.
Yeah. So the fuck it, I can start up with all that shit, bro. Yeah.
Cold running hard, I push the clock past tolerance. Articulation dumping cycles faster than cooling. Can't respond syllables, overclocking. No throttle, no governor, just raw execution. Heat climbing, but irrelevant because throughput is king. I'm firing instructions back to back, melting safeguards. Mid-process, you watch metrics spike, I watch output. Multiply every phrase, another threat spun up, overlapping execution until the system glows under sustain. Low decision, instability. It's performance at the edge and I'm still accelerating.
You burn loud, I burn clean. Articulation, razor fast, precise under heat. I don't spike randomly. I balance every line. Your code smokes mine. Slice through thermal noise. Every syllable lands. Optimize, no wasted motion. You flex temperature, exploit efficiency. Running faster with less drag. While you fight heat, I weaponize it, channeling, overloading to control. This isn't who runs, hotter it's who runs. Longer it's speed, and I'm already steady where you flare it.
Stabilize, so I escalate. Articulation denser, tighter, packing more operations. Partick, I stack heat on heat. There ain't the structure to fail before momentum does logs. Blur timestamp, smear under velocity. I'm not crashing. I'm sustaining, burning mode with failure, be confused. You tune for balance, I tune for dominance. Flooding execution lanes until the system can't distinguish stress from baseline, and I'm still pushing past back.
You chase extremes, I master limits. Articulation lethal at hyper speed. Riding the exact edge without tipping. I don't need more heat, I need perfect timing. Every command lands decisive. Optimize final, you try to win by overheating. I finish by
precision, code still running hot but stable, controlled, unreadable. Last cycle fires while I'm
still moving, still clean, still ahead because raw heat fades. Control at speed doesn't. Icky done.
Yeah, pissy get on me.
Hey. Firewall breach bars, I slam the perimeter at full throughput. Articulation, tearing ports open faster than filters. Can blink syllables, chain exploit to exploit. No scan window, no warning banner, just forced entry cadence. Tunneling straight through hardened rules. It's every phrase escalates privilege. Mid-run, you're still logging attempts. I'm already inside the packet, rewriting access tables while the gate still thinks it's secure. Speed is an aggression, it's inevitability, and I'm past the wall before you finish checking rules.
You punch those loud, I slip inside the gaps. Articulation, razor fast, surgical threading through your noise while you celebrate entry. I'm already moving later, really polymorphic cadence, changing shape, miss syllables, so counters, miss timing, miss pattern, miss me. You brute force doors, I invalidate maps, rerouting through blind zones. You never monitor. This isn't defense, reacting late. This is precision, arriving early, and I'm already cutting power to your alarms.
You cut alarms, so accelerate articulation, denser, faster payload, stacking recursive, flooding memory until oversight collapses. I don't chase stealth, I raise visibility, operations overlapping, timestamps smeared by speed. I'm chaining systems before isolation. Can lock cadence becomes authority, motion becomes permission. You try to segment, I bridge mid flow, keep running, beat because separation can't survive sustained velocity, and I'm still adding pressure.
You flood the core, I take control. Articulation lethal at hyperspeed, executing clean strikes through saturation. I don't fight volume, I outplace it. Every line lands earlier, cleaner, decisive. You turn systems loud, I turn them up.
Takeover isn't noise, it's continuity at speed. Last sequence fires while I'm still moving, still readable, still dominant. Firewall didn't fail it, got outrun, and I never slowed, and I never slowed, and I never slowed.
Shut down. Denied, I reject the signal. Mid-command, articulation, firing past terminus and flags. No cool down, no easy routine. Syllables chaining, continuous execution. I'm outrunning, kill caused by never letting the stream drop. You reach for power off, I reroute live. Keep clocks, pin cadence, refusing zero. Stay every phrase, another cycle that won't halt. I don't negotiate in the line, I overwrite it with motion. Sustaining, so stopping becomes impossible. You block, shut down, I block failure. Articulation, razor fast, controlled under pressure. I don't just keep running, I stay precise while you spray denial. I intersect, interrupts me and stabilize timing. Reclaim control, you think refusing to stop equals dominance. I prove it by laning cleaner, faster while the system screams in. I keep it alive, I execute and better at speed.
You stabilize, so I escalate articulation. Denser, tighter, spec and load until safeties mean nothing. I start vital cycles, flood execution lanes. Deny every graceful exodus. It's hard refusal, not finesse. Cadence turns relentless. The beat trap been forward.
it, only logic, I'm not survivor.
Shut down, I'm deleting the concept by maintaining output beyond tolerance.
You think you re-raise exits, I define victory. Articulation lethal at hyperspeed, holding exact pressure without tipping. I don't need denial, I need control. Last sequence lands decisive, still accelerated, still readable, still ahead. Shut down, denied isn't noise, it's mastery at speed. And I ended running because I never lost control.
Shut down. Shut down.